Good morning, dear students. I am Aragya Swami A. Kardi with the qualifications MCOM, MBA, MPhil. I have cleared my NET KSET examination, UGC NET examination, and I am pursuing my PhD from VTU. Today I will be speaking about an introduction to the syllabus of a subject called as Company Law and Secretarial Practice, which is prescribed for the students of BCom from Karnataka University. In this particular video, I'll only be talking to you about what is the syllabus, what are the inclusions of this syllabus, and what are the knowledge that a student can gain once he completes studying this particular syllabus. And I will also be able to explain you some of the skills that you develop after you completely study this particular syllabus. After the completion of understanding what this syllabus is all about, I will be talking to you about every chapter that is included in the syllabus. I will give you the gist of every chapter. I will give you what this chapter includes and what are the objectives of this particular chapter inclusion in Karnataka University BCom syllabus. The main objective of including this particular subject called as company law and secretarial practice for BCom student is to develop the students with the provisions of the new company law influencing the company secretary, and this particular syllabus will also enable you to discharge your duties effectively if you are assigned the job of secretaryship in the future. This syllabus includes the conceptual information, the communicational information, and also the information on the analytical skills that you are supposed to develop as a secretary for a particular company. This syllabus is allotted with altogether 45 to 60 hours, and in any college, a person one who teaches these subjects will be talking to you for about 4 hours a week. So this particular syllabus includes 5 different chapters, namely the first chapter speaks about company secretary, the second chapter speaks about promotion of companies and secretarial duties, the third chapter will speak to you about the documents of companies and secretarial duties with regard to the preparation of the documents of a particular company. And this company also speaks about how the documentations are created in particular company and what are the provisions for the creation of a particular document and how a secretary is assigned with the duties to complete the provisions with regard to the preparation of the documents. This syllabus also speaks about how the company is managed, and the people who are at the helm of the affairs of the company are also given particular introduction about. The fifth chapter, including company meeting and secretarial duties. Every organization is supposed to have meetings that will give them the guidelines how to run the company in the future, and meetings will also have the discussion about the activities that have happened in the organization. So this chapter, the fifth chapter, speaks to you about what are the different meetings that are conducted in a company and what are the duties of the secretary with regard to the conduction and closing of particular meeting. Speaking a bit deeper about the company secretary, and that is the first chapter. This chapter speaks about what is the meaning of company secretary and what are the definitions that are related to a company secretary and what are the qualifications that a secretary should possess to be a secretary of a particular company. And this chapter also speaks about the procedure about the appointment and dismissal of a secretary. When it speaks about the appointment of the secretary, it speaks about what are the qualities and qualifications he is supposed to possess. When it speaks about the dismissal of a secretary, it speaks about the areas in which the secretary performs his duties in the manner that company is not expected. To make it more clearer, it speaks about the concepts and it speaks about the situations in a particular company where the secretary performs his duties in a negligent way and becomes qualified to be removed from the organization. It speaks about the role of a company secretary. It speaks about what are the rights the company secretary has and what are the duties he is supposed to perform and what are the liabilities that a secretary has when it comes to the performance of his duties. This chapter also speaks about what are the different qualities and personal attributes that a secretary should possess to be the secretary. Coming to the second chapter, the syllabus speaks about the promotion of companies and what are the duties of a secretary with regard to promoting a company. As the name itself speaks, this chapter speaks about promotion, that is, inception of a company, how the company is dreamt of, how the company is brought into initiation, how the company is established. It speaks also about the different types of companies there are in the world or in the country like India, and what are the stages for the promotion of a particular company, and how the company is incorporated, and what are the procedures for the incorporation of a particular company. It speaks about the certificate of commencement, that is the third stage of what you call the promotion of a company is raising the capital if it is public company, and the fourth stage is a commencement of the company, and before the commencement of the company, a company is issued with a certificate from the Registrar of Companies Act of 1956. So this chapter speaks about the certificate of commencement of business. It speaks about the duties of a secretary with regard to the incorporation, with regard to the promotion, with regard to the capital subscription, with regard to the start of the company and commencement of the companies by secretary. It also speaks about what are the procedures that are compulsorily to be performed by the companies before they incorporate themselves, and what are the duties and what are the procedures that should be followed by a private company or a public limited company. It also speaks a few things about the company limited by guarantee. Jumping to the third chapter, the company secretary's duties are discussed with regard to the documents of a particular company. That is why the name of the chapter is Documents of Companies and Secretarial Duties. When it comes to the documentation of companies, there are two important documents called as a memorandum of association. There is also another document called as articles of association. So understanding the memorandum of association includes the definition of memorandum of association, what are the different clauses that are included in memorandum of association, what are the provisions and procedure for the alteration of the memorandum of association. It also speaks about the introduction to the articles of association. In articles of association, once again, this particular chapter speaks about what is the definition of articles of association, what are the contents included in the articles of association, what are the provisions and procedures for the alteration of the articles of association. To throw small light about these articles of association and memorandum of association, the articles of association is meant for the people who are working within the organization, whereas the memorandum of association is more related to the people who are not the part of the organization but the people who are related to the company, being outside the company's activities. So this third chapter also speaks about other documents such as table A, and it also speaks about a document called as prospectus. When it speaks about the table A and prospectus, they speak about the contents, or it also speaks about what is the other document prepared if what you call the prospectus is not prepared, and it speaks about the doctrine of ultravirus, it speaks about the constructive notices, it speaks about indoor management and lifting up of corporate veil. It also speaks about how the memorandum of association and articles of associations are drafted. To give you a small introduction about the chapter 4, that is management of companies, this chapter speaks about the people or the persons who are entrusted with the responsibility of running the company towards the success. It speaks about the people who hold the chariot of running a particular company and reaching the goals that a company usually contemplates at the start of itself. So, when it speaks about the management of the companies, it speaks about appointment, removal, qualifications, remuneration, rights, duties, responsibilities, and liabilities of directors. Along with giving you all these information, it particularly speaks about who is a managing director. It speaks about who is a whole-time director. It speaks about who is an auditor and what is his role in a particular company. It speaks about managers and secretarial duties with regard to these people who are given the responsibility of running the company successfully. Coming to the last chapter and the final chapter of this particular syllabus, that is companies meetings and secretarial duties. As I gave you introduction, I told you that every organization should include the meetings, should have the discussions with regard to how the company should run about. It will also have meetings to have an evaluation or to have an analysis of the activities that are conducted in the company. So this chapter speaks about what are the different types of meetings that are conducted in an organization, what is the meaning of meeting, what are the nature of meeting, how important the meetings are in any organization, what are the different types or categories of meetings. It speaks about the different meetings called as a statutory meeting, board meeting, annual meeting, and there are also certain meetings conducted which are called as extraordinary meetings. This chapter speaks about what are the different types of meetings and how they are conducted, what are the objectives of conducting those meetings in any organization, and speaks about what are the duties of a secretary of a particular company when these type of different meetings are conducted in the company. So it speaks not only about his duties with regard to the different meetings, it also speaks about how the notices are prepared, how the agenda of a meeting is prepared, how the venue has to be set, what time is suitable for the conduction of meeting. It speaks about what type of durations are needed for a particular company meeting. It speaks about quorum. Quorum, we mean the minimum number of members who should be present for a particular meeting. This chapter speaks about them. It also speaks about when the company is adjourned and how the company writes the minutes of a particular meeting that is conducted in an organization. In all, this particular syllabus speaks about who is a company secretary and what are his duties with regard to start of the company. They speak about what are the duties of a secretary at the time of managing the company proper way, and it also speaks about how the company meetings are conducted and how the role of a secretary is considered to be very very important in management and operation of a particular company. To understand these concepts more about more in depth, you can refer to a book written by Mr. Serlekar, or another well renowned book is written by MC Kuchal, and there is also a book written by Dr. Kapoor. So these are the reference books. You can also refer to the small textbooks that are exclusively written and published for the students who use them for clearing their examinations with flying colors. So those books can be obtained by going to a local bookstall in your localities. So I wish you all very good luck for this particular subject that you are going to study in the future, and I will be speaking about chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4 and chapter 5 in a separate video that I am going to float very soon. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed the introduction, and do not forget to subscribe and give a like. Thank you so much.